Hey, welcome back everyone, and ever since the very end of the Skywalker saga, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney, Lucasfilm, Bob Iger, Bob Chapek, you name it, and exactly what they are planning to do with this new Star Wars universe that's really going to give fans a lot more hope about the future of the franchise, everything between George Lucas, Jon Favreau, and Dave Filoni. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that yes, we do know that they are now currently in a phase of damage control and desperation to really get the ball rolling again when it comes to Star Wars. Essentially, what they really are trying to do in the long run is that they really are trying to deliver a lot of Star Wars Legends material to come back into this new universe, as well as authentic and original material that we have never seen before in this new Disney era of Star Wars. Now, given that we have, for the most part, George, John, and Dave working together as a team, which by far is excellent, it does in fact give the fans a lot of hope about what's to come in the next couple of years on Disney Plus, or be it on the big screen, right? Whether it be a movie or TV show, a lot of positivity is coming out of Star Wars now. However, when it comes to Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy, alright, we do know that she still has a lot of work with the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV series. In fact, it is still en route for 2022. They're going to begin filming as early as mid-2021 when the writing is all over, and they're planning to do 12 episodes, 1 hour each. So you can see exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to already establish, what Kathleen Kennedy has been trying to do. We do know that this show is going to have a lot of identity politics, a lot of agendas, and we've talked about this before in the past. However, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are now focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of movies, as well as the new Star Wars universe, that is set to deliver a brand new mythology to Star Wars fans around the world. Now, it's explained that as of right now, Kathleen Kennedy is in charge of the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV series for Disney Plus, where she is actually in charge of the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV show, further, and still working closely with actress Brie Larson and writer Leslie Headland. However, it's described that not so long ago in one of her interviews, when she was discussing Captain Marvel and the future of her career as an actress, Brie Larson went on to state that with franchises like Star Wars, the Star Wars fans are usually very overly demanding and have unrealistic expectations when it comes to what's going on to be shown on the big screen, and that Larson revealed that this is why she loves the MCU, and what they're doing for Disney Plus is that they didn't listen to the fans per se when it came to her character for Marvel and Marvel 2. So I want to go over one aspect about this. Now, you guys can say exactly whatever you want about Star Wars fans, but I believe that they are not so overly demanding per se. I think it's just that they're very passionate and they want to see exactly what they love so much on the big screen or on Disney Plus in live action or animated form at that. I think that's all it really is at the end of the day. I don't think that fans were really asking for unrealistic events to occur. Take The Last Jedi, for example. That was a great example of how the creators kind of labeled the Star Wars fans as overly demanding and having unrealistic expectations, right? All the fans wanted to see was to have a proper Luke Skywalker story, which we did not get. I'm sorry. If you guys disagree with me on that, that's fine. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. That's a part of being human and all. But my opinion sticks, in my head. Luke Skywalker was totally mistreated in Episode 8 by Rian Johnson. Simply put, right? So, when we go ahead and take a look at Brie Larson in this new Star Wars TV series, alright, it continues where, of course, now Brie Larson, alright, went on to state that when she examines the Star Wars fandom, she sees a group of fans that are very political, that seems to have created the divide within the Star Wars fandom since the release of the second film of the sequel trilogy. Now, Brie Larson is very well aware about the backlash of Star Wars, and when questioned if she thinks she will experience something like this with Captain Marvel 2, she unveiled that she believes that she is actually the perfect representation of a character that is written by the writers that are not intimidated by the fans. Now, Larson continued that the problem with the Star Wars universe is that the fans are intimidating to the writers and almost forcing them to do something that they don't want to do on the big screen. So let me stop right here for a second. I don't think that the Star Wars fans really intimidated the writers per se when it came to The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, Solo, Rogue One, or Rise of Skywalker. In fact, they didn't really listen to the fans all that much. I mean, they took some advice from the Star Wars fandom and what they wanted to see on the big screen, but for the most part, they did what they wanted to do. They had, free control over exactly what they wanted to portray in those particular projects. Now, in Brie Larson's mind, it's as if the Star Wars fans really created the major problem for the writers to actually focus on writing a proper story. I think that Rogue One, I will actually, say this, is that I think that Rogue One was probably the best Disney Star Wars film. It was the most realistic one out there that didn't seem too far, out of left field for me at least. They made proper choices, proper decisions, and I think that it was probably the closest thing that you would get to the original trilogy. That's how I saw it, honestly. It was more so connected to the original trilogy in a sense, literally and visually speaking. So, moving on beyond this, almost pointing to director Rian Johnson is what Brie Larson did indirectly without saying. Now, Brie Larson continued to state that if it were up to her when it came to overall movies that are catered to fandoms, is that she would never listen to the fans and completely ignore them and not give them what they want. However, yet behind the scenes, Brie Larson has been having a major meltdown with the decision by Lucasfilm to only give her limited screen time in the first 2 episodes of the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV series for Disney+. Now, further, it's explained that Larson was very unhappy about that decision and that has been in the talks and actually further demanding the higher-ups over at Disney to regulate with Kathleen Kennedy and even Leslie Headland some time ago when the actual series went into production. So once again, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, that Brie Larson was very unhappy about the screen time that she received for the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV series. Now, about the screen time issue, Brie Larson is actually said to get around 8 minutes total for the first episode and in or around 10 minutes for the second episode. She's not happy with that. She wants to be the main star of this new series. This new series is going to be an ensemble cast. So it's going to be like, the Fast and Furious or the Avengers or something around those lines, right? The show is going to be more like that, except it's going to be an all-female led series. Now, Leslie Headland, at the end of the day, surprisingly, also had, creative differences with Brie Larson. I mean, it seems that either any project that Kathleen Kennedy's involved with, or any kind of actress that supports Kathleen Kennedy, they are bound to have some form of major creative differences on the set or during the pre-production process. So, moving on beyond this, alright, Larson is also very offended over the Star Wars fans for already rejecting her from the new series that is set to release sometime in 2022 on Disney+, that will give fans a brand new era of the franchise that they have never seen before, that will touch on new characters that are Jedi gods in a sense. Brie's character Maeve is said to be one of these Jedi gods in the new Star Wars universe that will touch on the worlds between worlds as well in the new Star Wars lore. So this is once again another thing that a lot of fans out there, I think, are not all that excited about, is the fact that Disney and Lucasfilm are going to be introducing Jedi gods. And Brie Larson's character is going to be one of them. She's going to be very overpowered. She's going to be more powerful than Anakin, Luke, and Rey Skywalker combined. That's exactly what Kathleen Kennedy is aiming. However, on the flip side here, we got George, John, and Dave doing exactly what they want to do. They could easily make the introduction of Cade Skywalker into the new Star Wars universe, which they are working on as we speak, and just make him, surprisingly out of nowhere, far more powerful than Brie Larson's character Maeve. It's as simple as that, really. Given that Kennedy is only working on this project and this project alone, it just goes to show you exactly how easily George, John, and Dave can fix the issue. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, I think that we're still on the road to positivity here within the fandom. And let me know what you guys think about all this below in the comments. And overall, guys, like I say, keep your heads up when it comes to the franchise. A lot of great things are coming our way. And I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one. From night to moon, we hear them moans again.